Hi, Cancer. Welcome. This is Beauty Soul Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for any placement that you have in Cancer. So, if you have a Cancer placement in the sixth house, then this would resonate with that location. So, we're just going to start. This is the new year and see what's going on with you guys. So, what is an overall energy for Cancer? For the sign of Cancer, this one. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That is the overall energy. So there's something that you're working, there's something to do with your money, something to do with what you are working on. What can we get for the sign of Cancer? January 2026. Yeah, I feel like you feel like things are okay, but at the same time, and by the way, this can reverse. It can be another person around you. I feel like you feel like things are okay, but you might feel like you don't have as much, or that you don't have as much to work with, or that something is empty in some way. You might feel like something is empty or it's lacking what it needs. The Knight of Voices, yeah. You're very stressed about the situation. Very stressed. I imagine you saying something like, hurry up and go, let's get this over with. Or you're in a rush. You might feel like you're cut off, or like there's just something is stopping you from, like, there's several things, especially with the Ten of Voices. There's several things that are like, you're doing fine, but it might feel like the several things that are coming up are completely not in support of something, or it's being blocked. And then just now I noticed the sky in the picture, like the circle. Suddenly that just became clear. So if there's like several things that are stopping whatever this is, there's something to notice about it. There's something that you're going around doing, and it's like empty. And so suddenly something else becomes clear. And not so much suddenly, it's almost after you have gone through several periods or several moments of thought. You've gone through several moments of thought, and all of these things just, I feel like you're at peace though. You're like, okay, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. And I'm still not seeing that this is like lifting, if that makes any sense. But it doesn't have to be in the way that it looks. It could be, or it seems to be something that, it could be something that has to do with what you're trying or what you're working on. There is something, though, that is freeing about what opens up for you. Yeah, it's like you start to notice it. You start to notice something opening up. I heard each night you go through this, there's like another kind of pathway that opens up. And so it's almost like you start to go towards this path, the one that is bright, the one that you can see. Even though it's like a consistent, like you try and try, is what it feels like. What else for Cancer? Knight of Materials. Keep going. For the sign of Cancer. High Priestess. I'm getting stay focused on this one thing. And that one thing is this light. This light that is opening up. And that's what you seem to be doing. But you may not notice it at first because you're so like bogged down by, no, you know about it. You do know about it. So you're staying focused and you're trying to avoid something. Actually, there's something that you're trying to avoid. And it seems to be really hard to avoid it. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Or yeah, something like that. So you know there's a different light whenever you listen or whenever you follow your intuition. And you are strongly following your intuition, especially being a Cancer, being very intuitive and very sensitive and very, being a Cancer, it's like you can feel so much. And because you can feel so much, you pick up on a lot of different things. So now we have the Eight of Emotions in reverse. Yeah, okay, so this is in reverse. You're walking like a fine line, like there's something you're really focused on. Like you're still starting a new experience, but you're trying to be careful. Like you're walking on some kind of like test, or you're testing yourself. The Eight of Cups in reverse is actually where you're revisiting, you're going back to revisit whatever this is. And because it's in reverse, right, this light that you continue to revisit, you can see where it gets darker and when it gets brighter. And there is something like humorous about you. If you look closely, well, there was when I pulled it out. There's a person standing here and she's trying not to be noticed. Like, please don't notice me. But you can't really tell right now. But yeah, she's like, please don't notice me. I'm just trying to start this experience. But it seems like you're focused. You're very focused on whatever this is. You don't want to mess up, or you don't. It's not so much that, it's just you're like, remember. So you're really working hard on something. You're wondering how to get out of something. You're not necessarily liking the situation. Cancer. What is the outcome for Cancer? Two of Voices. You're listening to more than one. Okay, the awakening in reverse. Three of voices. You're like hiding in some way, but you're not. Like there's something about the care that you have for you, the care that you okay, there's something about, yeah, this could get really like people are being rude. I don't know why. I just get this feeling suddenly that people are being rude and like this is more practical than you think type thing. And even towards me, like it's so weird. The devil just showed itself. And I feel like someone's coming through saying, like, no, that's not the way it goes. And towards even how I'm reading this, which is actually probably true because of the camera quality, honestly. But I haven't got a different camera yet, so, or a different phone or a different computer. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Um, so yeah. So this is requiring some discipline because I don't know why this is wanting to show itself like, oh, well, you should have done that. Anyways, enough about that. The awakening in reverse is you are waking, but you are, because I notice how she's in this picture, I notice how she's open. In some way, she's opened. So there's something about vulnerability. There's something you're trying not to do. And there's something about your vulnerability that's showing, and that's what you know. And so now I feel like there's like a guide or a teacher, even, or a friend telling you to stay focused on something. Or it could just be that you know from a higher sort of point of reference that there's something to stay focused on. So you are doing it. It's just taking some time, basically. By the way, if it sounds like I'm yelling, I'm not. I had this thing called akathisia and it was making me really antsy. It's like when you can't sit up, or I mean not sit up. It's where you can't sit down for long periods of time. Oh, it was horrible. The Queen of Inspiration, the Four of Voices. So, this is continuing. This is a continuation. Queen of Inspiration in reverse. It's taking you some time for sure. A bath is something that might be helpful for you. A lot of the same. I'm hearing a lot of the same words of advice. So I feel like this is something that you're going to continue. Let's see. What is the outcome? The Wheel of Fortune. What is the outcome for Cancer? The Magician. So this is a luck of the draw, but because you have the Magician here, this says that you have potential, you have some things to work with, and my attention is on the balls in front of her, so you have more than one option. You have 4 different options, and these options will help you to remove yourself from being so vulnerable, or it will help you to see what you're trying to focus on healing or what you're trying to focus on getting through to. So, with that being said, thank you, Cancer, for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Oh, and the 4 of materials. Um, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm okay. I can do that fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. Something can be measured to relieve you of whatever this is that you're experiencing. Okay, so someone's saying, oh, you always say it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Well, if it's not okay, it's still okay. Okay, thank you for watching, Cancer.